Hey there, what's going on guys? Today let's check out 10 seeds for Minecraft 1.16.5 on Minecraft Java editions. These seeds do not work for Minecraft Bedrock edition and are only for Minecraft Java edition. For coordinates and information about the seeds, there is a link in the description to a blog post on my website with all of that information. Alright, let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started by looking at this seed with 2 villages and a mansion super close to spawn. You arrive into this world on the edge of a dark forest biome. Towards the northwest direction, you can find a blacksmith plains village. This is a loot I was able to find inside of the blacksmith village. There are also 2 temple buildings within the village and a lot of farms too. Towards the east of spawn, you can find the second village and the woodland mansion. The village being right near a dark forest causes some interesting generation like this spot right here. Check out this building that generates right on this cave entrance. There's also this weird half ravine type thing here, which looks a bit bizarre. I'm providing you with the coordinates to the front entrance of the mansion on screen now. On the bottom floor of the mansion, I found this melon and pumpkin room. On the middle floor, I found this arena room with loot on the top of it. And on the top floor, there is a total of 8 rooms, which includes another arena room with this loot, and this hidden room, which can be broken into and also has some loot for you. So yeah, a pretty awesome seed here with 2 villages and a mansion near spawn. Next, we have a seed that has a super rare biome pretty close to spawn, but we'll get to that in a second. First, I want to show you this ruined portal. You can find it just southwest of spawn. This is only 2 blocks away from being a full nether portal, with one of those blocks being this crying obsidian block. As you can see, one of the obsidian blocks to complete the portal is in the chest, and you can find another obsidian block back here. There's also a village towards the northwest of spawn. The village generates inside of a plains biome, a desert, and a savanna biome. Inside of the village, you can find a tannery building with this loot and a church building. Finally, let's look at this super rare biome. In fact, currently the rarest biome in Minecraft. This biome only generates when a jungle biome borders a swamp hills biome. Finding the rarest biome in Minecraft this close to spawn is just incredible. Now we have a seed that is a bit different than most of the other seeds we'll be seeing today. We're checking out a survival island seed here. You can see this island has a bunch of trees on it, including both oak and birch trees. In the middle of the island, you can see a little pond. Towards the east of the island, you can see icebergs in the frozen ocean. Icebergs always look awesome, especially when looking in the distance off the island. Finally, if you look here, you can see bits of a shipwreck poking through the ground. Here's the shipwreck when not buried by the island. So if you're looking for something a bit different, a survival island seed like this one might be something for you to check out. This next seed we're checking out today is a double village seed. You spawn right in between the 2 villages. One of the villages is a savanna village, while the other is a desert village. What makes the desert village even better than usual is that it's a zombie village. Of course, zombie villages are much more rare than normal villages. It's also a blacksmith village, and the blacksmith has a chest with a couple of diamonds inside. There's also a desert temple right here. This is the loot I was able to find inside of said desert temple. The Savannah village is a pretty decent size. It has this massive cave in the middle of it too. And it also happens to be a blacksmith village, and well, this one has this loot inside. Finally, there is also a ruined portal to the south in this seed. After clearing out the sand, this is what it looks like. Here is the loot I found inside of the chest here. A pretty impressive seed with 2 villages near spawn. Here is another seed that has a spawn between 2 villages. This one has 2 taiga villages. One of the villages actually happens to be a ruined portal village. The portal being in the village looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Here is the loot I found inside of the chest at the ruined portal. The terrain in this village is actually pretty interesting looking too. The other village sits on the edge of a plains biome. There are multiple cave entrances and holes throughout the village that make some crazy looking terrain here, and has some buildings that generate with some floating sections. This village also has 2 blacksmith buildings. Inside of the first blacksmith we found this loot, and inside of the second blacksmith we found this loot. So we had another double village seed here, but this one with a ruined portal village. Getting into the final 5 seeds here, I want to share this seed which has a spawn point in a plains, near a desert, and near a savanna biome. Inside of the desert, at exactly coordinates 00, you can find a desert temple village. The desert temple pokes up right in the middle of the village, of course. You can see the generation of the 2 structures messing up a bit, with some village buildings generating in the same place as the temple tower. More odd generation occurs with this dead bush making a hole in the temple. Inside of the desert temple, I was able to find this loot here. The village also has a blacksmith building, so you're able to get even more loot here if you want it. Right next to the village, in the acacia biome, you can find a big ravine. One more great thing about this seed is that there's a mesa biome pretty close to spawn too. It's actually only about 250 blocks away from the village. The mesa mineshaft stretches into the desert and causes some pretty wild things to happen, like this minecart here. The Badlands are such an awesome biome, and I love seeing building ideas that people come up with in them. Finally, right nearby, you can find another desert temple. If you want some more easy loot, here is what you can find inside of this temple. This is a pretty sweet seed here with a mesa close to spawn. And of course, that desert temple village too. Next up, I want to share this seed which spawns you right inside of an abandoned building. As mentioned earlier in the video, zombie villages are much more rare than normal villages. According to the Minecraft wiki, there is a 2% chance in Java Edition for abandoned villages to generate. This village also happens to be a blacksmith village, which of course means you get that nice blacksmith loot. I really wanted to show this seed though, because this also happens to have a shattered savanna right next to spawn too. The zombie village actually generates right on the edge of the shattered savanna biome. You can see pieces of the desert generating up the shattered savanna. This is my favorite biome in Minecraft. It's just such crazy terrain that I love how it looks. I mean, just look at this. If you're looking for some more loot near spawn, you can travel over to the desert temple that's right next to the shattered savanna. Here is the loot I was able to find inside of this desert temple. This is an awesome seed here with one of the craziest biomes in Minecraft right next to a rare village. Entering the final 3 seeds, I want to share my personal favorite type of seed. This is an island village seed. I just think finding a small collection of villagers living out on an island is really cool. Could come up with some cool lore around how this village was created and how these villagers moved out to live on an island. You probably noticed that this island is surrounded fully by icebergs in the frozen ocean. This creates a really cool environment for this village to be in, and it also creates some funky world generation too. One of the village buildings is inside of an iceberg. It also happens to be a blacksmith village. The blacksmith building gives you this loot inside of it. When you eventually travel to the mainland in this seed, one place I recommend checking out is here. As you can see, it's a village with a desert temple right next to it. The village sits right on the edge of the ocean. It has a blacksmith building with this loot inside. Inside of the desert temple, there is pretty much a full village building. Also, inside of the desert temple, I was able to find this loot. Of course, that spawn location with an island village being fully surrounded by icebergs, which is unbelievable to find upon my arrival into this world. Now let's go ahead and check out this awesome seed with a village right on the edge of a Badlands biome. Along with that mesa, of course you can find a desert, a river, and birch forest right near spawn too. You can see that the desert village here stretches right into the Badlands biome. It causes some crazy things to happen with these 2 structures here. Also, right on the edge of the mesa happens to be a desert temple. As we've done plenty of times throughout this video, let's go ahead and check out this desert temple loot here that you can get inside. If you are looking for a mesa seed, this may be the one for you, especially if you want some easy loot to start the world with that village and desert temple. Finally, to finish off this video, let's check out another seed with a village on an island. Though this one happens to be a bit different because the island also happens to be a mushroom island. As you may know, the Mushroom Fields biome is the rarest non-variant biome in Minecraft. Lots of rare things in this video, it seems. Having a village generate with much of it being inside of a mushroom island is just incredible. But what makes the village even more incredible is that it's a double blacksmith village. Another Minecraft rarity for you. Here is the loot I was able to find inside of the first blacksmith, and here is the loot I was able to find inside of the second blacksmith. Finally, I wanted to share some terrain craziness around this area too. First, check out this big hole here. Just thought it was interesting to look at. And also, check out this ravine. It's got a big hole in the plains portion of the island exposing it. However, due to the ocean, it causes this flat wall to generate at one side of it. It also causes this water block to stay still and not flow until the block is updated. Oh, by the way, go into the ravine and you can find this minecart chest that is super easy to access with some nice gifts inside. I was super excited when I first discovered this seed, along with all of the seeds in this video, and I just knew I had to share it with you guys. Well, there you have 10 seeds that are working for Minecraft 1.16 Java editions of Minecraft. Again, I recorded this video and tested all of the seeds in Minecraft 1.16.5. Be sure to check out my blog post for all of the coordinates to locations shown in this video. In the comments, share any seeds that you think people should check out. If you want to help me out, feel free to leave a like, and for more Minecraft videos, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for all of my future videos. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.